Hey guys, so we are going to share with you all of Carter's books for homeschooling. Are you liking these books?
I'm liking it. I'm not really sure about A Wrinkle in Time though.
Well, we just got started on that. But I think this is close to everything. We actually are going to do an unboxing of his math books, which I'm really excited to share with you guys because that literally just came in the mail. So all I did was open the top. I haven't taken any of it out yet. So that will be fun. But this is only our second week of homeschooling, but what I am seeing from these books, I did a lot of research on finding books that really aligned with my beliefs in how Carter should be learning and what I think will help him with his strengths and weaknesses. And one thing I've noticed is that having the books gives us a little bit of structure and gives me an idea a little bit of how he's doing. So we have these books, but then we also do many other things like outside of the box types of things for homeschooling. So one thing we got is IEW, which is Institute for Excellence in Writing. This is level A, which I believe is the first level. I don't know, there may be like a level below that, but this is level A, and we just started it today actually, and it has gone well. What did you think, Carter?
That was interesting.
So what it is, it has these DVDs in it, so you play the DVD and there's like a teacher that Carter,
What?
try and talk yourself. So there's a teacher that explains to the kids what they're going to be doing, and what the first lesson was teaching them how to do an outline and how to take notes effectively and quickly. So it was really cool. I'll show you guys. So then this is the binder, and it has like little tabs for different things, and it has the lessons in here. Carter, stop. I told you to stop. Has the lessons here, and it has like an idea of how you can plan your days somewhere. But like today, we worked on this outline. So with the teacher that you watch the DVD, and you can buy, like there's a teacher's like whole thing that's like an extra $100 or something that you can buy. But I heard that that wasn't necessary, that all you have to do is watch the DVD with your kid, the teacher teaching it to your kid, and then you can help your kid. And I really feel like that's true. So today he did this outline here. And then he was told to, this is an outline of a little short story that they gave us. And then he was told to take from his outline and rewrite the story using his outline. And they like show them step by step how to make the outline. And so then you pause to the video, and he made his like story from the outline. And then tomorrow he's supposed to go back, and this is like his rough draft. So we're gonna watch the next part of the video. We're going to edit this draft, and then he's going to do a final draft. So I think that's really cool, and writing is obviously such a crucial thing. So far we are really loving this, and apparently this program helps you learn from other works of writing, which makes sense because we've already been read through just like a paragraph story. And the teacher's really like interesting, I think. Don't you think he does a good job teaching?
He does. He's like nice.
Yeah, he's really nice and kind of funny.
Yeah.
And really relatable
like,
to the kids, like the way he talks. Yeah, so I really am enjoying this so far, and I would definitely recommend it. One thing that when I was watching reviews that one of the moms talks about was that her son couldn't think of anything to write, and so this helps you write things, like you don't have to know what you should write about when you're learning how to write with this. Carter doesn't have that problem though. He's a really good writer, and he comes up with really creative stories. So anyway, but it will still help him become an even stronger writer, which I'm really excited about. Because that is one of his strengths, and so I just want to take his strength to the next level. So that's what we're doing with that. A couple of just books I'm just going to mention quickly. We just finished this, The Toothpaste Millionaire.
This is good.
Yeah, Carter loved it. He was very interested. He wanted me to keep reading, which is good. I would say it's right on the 3rd grade level, and it taught a lot of things about being an entrepreneur and being honest.
Like kind of like boring, The Toothpaste Millionaire, but it's crazy and it's cool.
Yeah, it was. He really enjoyed it. So And it honestly taught me a lot about business. And I think that we will probably reread this like every year, just as a reminder, because I feel like it taught a lot about life.
Like at public school, they did this one book where it was like about like stripes around you or something, a bad case of stripes.
Oh, I read that one.
Yeah, like every year they always do that.
I don't think that book is that good to do it every year.
They do it every year though.
Another book, we just finished that, and so another book that we're reading, we do like an hour every day of reading. So another one we're doing is A Wrinkle in Time. We've only read one chapter of this, but they say that this book is good for like the age ranges of 8 to 12. Carter's a little iffy on it, but I think that's because it's a little bit higher level for him, like just a little bit to what the great reading level he's on right now. But I think that that's good because I'm reading it to him. So if he's confused about a word, go get our little thing we have on the fridge. If he's confused about a word, I can tell him it. And what I'll do when we're reading, like I did this with Toothpaste Millionaire, is I will ask him after we're done reading what we just read to see if he's understanding it. So we got these little boards. It's just magnetic. We have it on the fridge. Erase board. I got 2 of these from the dollar store, so it's really cheap. And what we started doing is word of the day. So from this book yesterday, the first chapter, we learned the word exclusive. So we talked about what that word meant, and then we have it on the fridge. Yeah, tell me what it means.
So exclusive means like, you know when Henry's napping, you just want to keep it like you don't want you just want to keep it to 2 people or 4 people.
Yeah, we're leaving Henry out. We want him to nap so we can be exclusive, just the few of us. Okay, next we got, where is it? We got Spelling UC, which we also got Math UC, which I will show you guys in a minute. So Spelling UC, we've been enjoying this. So instead of having regular, like a list of spelling words and a spelling test at the end of each week, this is something different. Instead of just like memorizing those words and spitting them back out at the end of the week, what you do is, he's on level D. That was just what was recommended for his grade level. But Spelling UC and Math UC have, if you go on the website, they will kind of help you figure out what level your kid is in. But I think for most 3rd graders, level D would be good for them. One thing that's cool too is this is Americana. Each one of the books has like a different subject topic. So as you're reading, you learn a little bit about American history, and it's going to get more difficult
yeah, because like,
time goes. But right
at the beginning, it's like, what is red, white, and blue? The American flag.
Yeah, we're on the first week, so it's pretty easy, the content. But what you do is you read this paragraph every day for the school week. Stop, Carter. For the school week. I read it to him, then we read it together, then he finds these vowel chunks and he highlights all of the vowel chunks in the paragraph, and then he comes over here and he copies a portion of the paragraph for that day. So he did that on Monday, and then we did the exact same thing basically on Tuesday, except for we did a different part of the paragraph. And then we did the same thing today on Wednesday, except for another part, the next part of the paragraph. But then, yeah, the next one is going to be a little bit different because we're going to read this together, but then I am going to read it to him and he is going to have to write it. So that's how it helps with spelling, is he's doing copy work to kind of memorize and get the words in his mind. And then he has to try and do it himself. And this day I can kind of guide him and help him. And then the last day he has to do it on his own. So that's kind of when I'm reading to him with no help. So that's kind of like his test. So we just started on this, but I honestly think it only takes 15 minutes. So it's super quick, which I really like. IEW takes a little bit more time out of your day, but I think it's worth it to me, the writing thing. But spelling to me is not something that should take a large portion out of your day. I feel like when we're doing things like IEW, we're learning new words to spell. Or when we're reading books, we're seeing the words, how they're spelled. So I feel like with everything you do, there's spelling in it, and I just don't think you need to spend a ton of time on it. So I really like having this book because it really helps us just focus in on spelling for 15 minutes a day and do it in a way that he's really learning something. Like today, this portion he's learning about vowel chunks. Oh, and it came with like some erasable colored pencils, which was cool. Okay, next, or will you go put this back on the fridge and then come back?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not me. Okay, next thing we got was Fix It Grammar. This is student book 1. They recommend this for like 3rd to 5th grade, I think. They say the child should be at least in 3rd grade. So this I was confused and I didn't get the teacher's manual because it looks exactly the same except for it just says teacher's manual over here. So we have stopped doing this. We started on the first day, but then we stopped because we don't have the teacher's manual. So I ordered that. That should be in hopefully by next week, and we'll get back to it. I have heard that this Fix It Grammar goes really well. Oh, it's actually made by IEW. Yeah, so that makes sense. So it goes really well with the IEW, the intensive student writing thing. It's actually a story called The Nose Tree, and you're learning editing skills while you're learning grammar. So each day you have like a sentence or two, and you just, you learn about, like on this first week, he's learning about indenting a paragraph, nouns, homophones, and end marks. And you get your own notebook, which we just bought this ourselves. And you rewrite the sentence, but you indent, you add the question mark. Oh, and then you'll also be learning vocabulary words. So he learns the word poor, he looks that up, he writes that in the back of his notebook, so he'll have some new vocabulary that he's learning. But I think this is really cool because at the end of this, he will have edited an entire book. First off. And he will be learning that skill, which I think learning the skill of editing is an important thing, whether you're editing your own work that you're doing or maybe, you know, you're editing other people's work. So I really like incorporating that into grammar, and it makes it more fun and different. Instead of just editing a regular, like just a random sentence, it's a part of a whole story. So anyway, I think that this is really cool. Oh, and it has like little flashcards in the back that you can cut out. I haven't decided if I'm gonna cut them out or if I'm just gonna leave them in here and then he'll just reference them. I think I'm gonna cut them out because I am a believer in using flashcards to like help with memorizing things. So this is like all the stuff that he'll be learning that they have flashcards for in the back. So far, I really like it, but I do feel like you need the teacher's manual. That's why I was like, you know what, let's just stop because I want us to get everything we can out of this. And I felt like the teacher's manual had some information that we needed. One thing I do struggle in is grammar out of any other subject. And so I thought, you know, I need the teacher's manual to really teach him well with this.
She's really good at writing and reading too.
Thanks, honey. Another thing we're doing is we just got another one of these notebooks, and this is called Carter's Journal, and he is just supposed to write in it every single day. So we just started. He hasn't done it yet for today, but he writes the date up top, and he just writes about whatever he wants.
Yeah,
and then
we write about mommy.
About farting. But yeah, I do try and tell him like, okay, indent your paragraph, use capital letters beginning of the sentence, use punctuation. I want him to be using the things that he's learning, but he's allowed to just write about whatever he wants. It's just his journal. Another thing we got, but we haven't started using yet, is a book called Nature, Drawing, and Journaling. I got this from the christianbook.com website. And it's a step-by-step lessons in journaling and drawing through nature's path. And so I thought this would be a good kind of like biology, science / art / writing kind of activity that we could use. And it's really, really pretty. I actually thought it was so cool. So this is something we'll probably use for years to come, just depending on how long it will take us to get through it. But he has his own notebook, which we got this.
That looks
yeah,
cool.
Carter really wanted that notebook. So we got that one for this. And it also has quotes at the top of each page. And like, a life without purpose is a languid, drifting thing. Every day we ought to renew our purpose, saying to ourselves, this day let us make a sound beginning. So I like that. I think that's cool. And it talks about relating nature to God. And I really feel close to God and very spiritual when I'm in nature, like when we went to the Grand Canyon. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I just think that this is so cool. It's just so pretty. And it also teaches you how to make a scientific journal. So he will have his journal with, she writes his personal thoughts in, and then this one will teach him how to keep a scientific journal, which I think is cool also.
Mom, guys, you should go to the Grand Canyon. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And while you're relaxing after you went, just watch our videos.
Just watch our videos, yeah.
And there's this bug that means like you have to click that like button because there's not really a chance that you dislike a video. Right?
Yep, you have to like our videos, sorry.
Sorry.
One thing I did want to mention is his iPad. I have felt like he was on it too much and he got grounded from it.
Forever.
It's been a long time, it's been a couple months, but I have started to let him use it for school stuff. So we have an app called Extra Math, which I really like, which just spits out like math facts. They have to rapid fire answer them, and it gets more and more difficult, and it kind of evaluates where their weaknesses are,
like it.
and they work on it, and he enjoys it. He does. He enjoys it more than his just regular multiplication flashcards that we have. And then I also got an app. What is that app called, Carter, that we got? That was
musical app, that horse one.
Yeah, Flash Note, and it's similar to Extra Math in that it will give you like you have to answer, like instead of math questions, it's the notes on the staff, and you have to answer what note it is, and if you get them correct, oh, that was E. Okay, anyway, if you get them correct, then you win the race, if you get enough correct. If you get too many wrong, then you lose the race. So Carter's enjoyed that. I'm trying to help him learn he's taking piano, so I'm trying to help him learn his
I want mommy to try to do it.
musical notes. Okay guys, one thing I forgot to mention that I wanted to show you guys that we got is these Story of the World DVDs. It's actually a book. This is volume 1, The Ancient Times, and but we got it on DVD so that we can listen to it in the car, which has been really fun for both of us. And we are on disc 2 and really enjoy this. It definitely has like a Christian spin on it. It talks about a lot of stories in the Bible, and it really tells the story in a way that a kid will be interested in it. Carter has really been enjoying listening to it, and I got it on the DVDs because we don't have like a thing that connects my phone to my car right now, so it was just easier to have it on the DVDs, and then we'll just have it forever. But yeah, we've been really enjoying this. So this is kind of like a history lesson for us. Okay, now I'm going to unbox the math stuff. This will be the end so far of all the books and stuff that we have.
This is like huge.
So, but I wanted to open this with you guys because I thought it would be fun. So let's see here. This is what we got for math. It's by Matthew C., which is the same as his spelling. His spelling is spelling you see. He is on Gamma. They give you a really good description of what level your kid's probably in. If they're a typical 3rd grader, they're probably on the Gamma level, but you know, I would read about it on their website and see. But yeah, so this comes with a DVD, and it will also have, like, I watched some of the sample videos. It has like a professor type teacher that's explaining how to do the assignment for that day, similar to IEW, which I really like.
Mommy, can I like kind of get?
Okay, fine. You can go outside because I don't want you to wake up Henry. Quietly. So anyway, it comes with the DVD. Well, this, like, we got the whole set. This was quite pricey. This and the IEW were the most expensive. Everything else was pretty reasonably priced, but this was kind of pricey. Okay, so I'm actually really excited about this. So what this is it's a mastery program. So they make sure that they master the whatever problem or whatever they're doing before they move on to another concept. So I really like that. So it has the construction instructor's manual, which looks like it just has the answers to a lot of the math stuff. And then what is this? This is the student workbook. On the front it says single and multiple digit multiplication, which that's where Carter's at. On Matthew C, they actually still have him in addition, and then they moved to subtraction, and then they moved to multiplication. So I think it's important to be really strong in all of those areas. That's obviously like a big foundation in math. And I think that that's a big thing with math too, is that if you don't have a strong foundation, if you don't build on things, then you'll just crumble. So I'm trying to make sure Carter has a good foundation. But okay, so this is the workbook. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So this will be one of our more typical, but a little bit different because it's a mastery program. Oh, it has tests. Okay, so it's a workbook, and I'm pretty sure it has like, you do enough worksheets for like a week's worth, I think. So I think like 4 days of worksheets, and then on the 5th day is a test, which I'm glad. Like, I still want him to take tests every once in a while. I think that tests can be a good thing. Sometimes they're not, but I think they can be a good thing. So yeah, so we got that. And then what's really cool about this program that I really like is you get these blocks. So they call them the manipulatives, and this is the integer block kit. And what I really like too is when they move on to fractions, they have like this fraction kit, which really helps you like see it. I feel in math that you really need to see what you're doing, and sometimes that can be difficult. So, oh, I'm so excited. Oh dear, it's falling out. It has a little handle. That's nice, but it's falling out. So here are the little blocks, and I guess these can stick to, or at least these can. Yeah, these are like magnetic, I guess. I think they were. That's what it showed in the video. So they should stick to like a whiteboard when you're using them. At least that's what it showed in the video. But I don't know. We have not used this yet, obviously, because we just got it today. But the manipulatives, like if you're starting at a younger age, this part will last you for a long time. You'll just have to buy like the new books. Because they, you know, obviously with blocks, you can start when you're learning addition and subtraction and stuff, but we're on multiplication. But one thing I like about this is that eventually Henry will be able to use it. So with homeschooling, that's what's cool. A lot of this is just like once you buy the things that you need, for each child, you only have to rebuy like some of the workbooks and stuff. But like the DVDs and this kind of stuff you will have. Okay guys, so I was gonna combine this with a like socialization and homeschooling and answering that question video, but this ended up being like 22 minutes long. I'm gonna try and edit it down a little bit, but yeah, so I think I'm just gonna post this as like a haul, and then I'll talk about that in the future. I wanted to make today like a vlog, but this just took too long. We have a lot of books and stuff that we're focusing on, but yeah, I think that this is everything. We are going to be getting like a chemistry set at some point soon, and we're going to be doing like chemistry experiments. I have a strong background in chemistry, so I'm excited to teach Carter about that. And I'm going to be getting him like some cool like models of molecules. I remember using those in high school, and I think that he would be really interested in like really seeing what a molecule looks like in that way. And then I think it really helps you understand. And then there's like a cool, I'm gonna get this periodic table so he can learn the periodic table in like a cool way. So I'll show you guys when I get that. And then also there's this game that you can play, like a card game. And I think it's similar to Pokemon or something, but it's like centered around the periodic table. So that will be more of our science stuff. Oh, and we also, Jared's mom, because Jared was homeschooled, my husband, she has a book, or she knows of a book, something like that, of about chemistry and cooking. And I think that would be a really fun thing, because Carter and I already like to cook together. So that could be a cool thing that we do. But definitely watch my day in the life of a homeschooler. That one, I have one video of that already up. And that shows like the chill aspect of what we'll be doing, like yoga and different things like that. We didn't have our books in yet, but I will be doing another day in the life where I show how we use these books. But I'm going to try and keep his homeschooling a good balance of more chill, free-spirited, as well as making sure he's really getting a good, strong foundation in what he's learning. Because that's why I'm homeschooling, not to make him go behind in school, but to help him go beyond where he is now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope that this was interesting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.